So I was hoping you would talk about my parents, Norris and Mavis.
Yes, Lanett and I, when I brought Lanett home from the Navy, 1966, we pulled into Jasper toward the end of April, and at that time, Norris and Mavis were the first business couple to welcome my wife back to Minnesota. And it was interesting because they knew I was a bowler, but they didn't know that they were going to get hurt to bowl too. So we both ended up being bowlers in the leagues down here at Jasper Lanes. But it was very nice, the warm welcome that they gave Lanett when she came, and that was appreciated on my part that they did that. And over the years, Norris and I bowled in all kinds of tournaments and all kinds of leagues and so on and so forth. And in the old days, bowling was set up at 80%, the handicap. And that favored the good bowler by 20%. And this bothered Norris a lot. So finally, about 1990, he came to me, and I was league secretary at the time, and he said, "Now, LeRoy," he said, "we got to change this to 90% handicap." I said, "Well," "that's gonna, the poor teams are going to be able to compete against the good teams. That doesn't give the good team any advantage at all." Well, he says, "if they happen to hit, they don't need the handicap, you know." He says, "we better do that. That way everybody gets a chance at the trophies." And I said, "Well, yeah, that's fine." So we went to 90%. But I fought it for a couple weeks, but I finally had to give in to his thinking process. But that was a big movement in the structure of the leagues at that time, because 80% kept the poor teams at the bottom all the time, and it did. I have to admit that. And handicap was based on 200. Well, on a local 4-lane house, there were no averages higher than 200 to worry about. So that worked out fine in those days.
I think Dad was the highest, so about 184, 187, somewhere in there.
And so anyway, that was one of the things that came up. And then, of course, Mavis and I, we sang in the church choir together. And one of the things that Mavis wanted me to do was to sing a duet with her in the church. And I was scared to death to get up in front of a whole congregation with just her and I, because I could screw up a song so quick. I didn't have the confidence. I said, "No, Mavis, no." I said, "I am not a soloist. I can sing with a choir, but I am not going to sing no duet, because I'll screw you up big time, and then we'll really go down the tubes."
So did she convince you?
We never did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, never.
And you regret this to this day, don't you?
Well, I think we should have tried it. I should have found the courage somewhere to do that, but I didn't, so, yeah.
Yeah.